So you're thinking of moving to good old Pace, Florida, a beautiful yet affordable place to live on the Emerald Coast, only 30 to 45 minutes depending on the season and where you're located in Pace from the beautiful Emerald Coast. If you haven't seen my Moving to Pace video, a broad comprehensive guide of what life is like living in good old Pace, definitely go check that out because today we're going to focus on the pros and cons. Now, all of my Moving to videos are all about cities I personally really like, and I'm very excited to share them with you. So in the pros and cons, it gives me an opportunity to tell you some of the cons. And of course, if you've seen my channel before, you know I do like to focus on the cons in these types of videos, so that way you're fully aware of the big picture and you don't watch just my Moving to video, decide that that's where you're gonna live, and once you get there, you figure out the cons the hard way. That's my job today. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the pros and cons. I need to counter of how many times I say those words. Anyway, Pace, Florida, coming up. Make me a deal. If you're getting value or information out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Greyson Roberts, realtor and owner of Boss Properties. My job is to connect good people with great real estate agents. That's what we do here. So if you are looking to relocate to Pace, Florida, or anywhere in Florida, or anywhere on the Emerald Coast for that matter, just give my company a call, or give me a call rather. Text or email, whatever is your speed, 24/7. I don't sleep, and I would love to help you find your dream home for the best bang for your buck. And to sweeten the deal a little bit, long-term Boss Property sponsor Webull is giving my audience 6 free stocks when they sign up and deposit any amount on their free stock trading platform. I've been using them for over 4 years. Absolutely love Webull. It's so fun to see what the economy's doing these days, and the sign-up bonus is a no-brainer. You can check that out with our link in the description. Now, Pace, Florida, in case you didn't already know from my previous video, is a smaller town located in Santa Rosa County, Florida. It is known for its quiet and laid-back lifestyle and all the natural beauty. While living in Pace can be an appealing prospect for some, it comes with its own set of advantages and of course disadvantages. In this video, we're going to explore some of the pros and cons of living in Pace, Florida. Now, number one, and in my opinion, the biggest pro, hands down, is the affordability. It's daggum cheap, folks. Did I just say cheeks? It's daggum cheap. One of the biggest advantages, hands down, to Pace is the proximity to the beautiful white sugary sand beaches in the Emerald Coast, like I always say on this channel. But you don't have to pay to play, really. I mean, it's just a good, affordable place. With the median home price being at only around $330,000. The cost of housing, of course, food, and other essential items is lower compared to other cities in Florida, and Florida's cost of living is already below the national average. This makes Pace a great choice for individuals and families on a tight budget. Or maybe you have a big budget and you just want a big baller mansion. Well, Pace is another great option. Now, the second pro is the peaceful lifestyle. You're far enough away from the coast to not have tourism, but close enough to get to enjoy all the amenities with a short drive. This means you get to enjoy the smaller town feel with the larger town amenities. Like I said, you're close to where everybody comes and spends tens of thousands of dollars and weeks of their times to enjoy vacations once or twice a year. You're only about 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour depending on where you're at, from those locations. I mean, you're right on top of Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Destin, but you're actually residing in a quiet and peaceful environment. Number 3 is the natural beauty. A lot of people, when they think of Florida, of just the gorgeous water, the beachside bars, and the very, very soft sand. But once you're living there, you're gonna kind of see a different side that you didn't see when you were visiting as a tourist. Florida is just lush. It's absolutely gorgeous. For example, if you go to Pensacola Beach, you're gonna see Pensacola Beach. You're gonna see, you know, Redfish, Bluefish, one of my favorite restaurants of all time. You're gonna be on the peninsula and you're gonna see all the tourism and the high rises and stuff like that. But then you go into downtown. You got this beautiful little downtown area in Pensacola, and you go up even more north to northwest, northeast Pensacola, and then you get into the the residential areas where it's just rolling hills, which I thought Florida was flat for the longest time, super rolling hills and just lush green trees. A lot of these smaller towns are just full of beautiful forests or whatever you want to call them. Number 4 is, as with most smaller towns, you get a friendly community. Pace has a close-knit, family-friendly vibe. It's a place where people know each other, and you'll feel welcome from the moment you arrive. If you're looking for a place where you can feel a sense of belonging, Pace is a great choice. Now let's talk about the cons, the real doozy of today's video. Number 1 is limited job opportunities. Listen, if you're moving to the Panhandle for your next big law firm or architectural gig, you're probably not going to find it. Your best bet would be Pensacola on the actual coast if you were to kind of move somewhere for a job. But other than that, you might want to just go to Tallahassee or maybe even consider Tampa. It's just a small town, really, is all it really is. There's not a whole lot going on. And that kind of goes for most of these beach towns along the Panhandle. Tallahassee is really the next biggest, closest city in my opinion. The second con is limited entertainment opportunities within Pace. Of course, Pace is smaller. It's kind of a place where people just go and rest, and if they want to play, they just, put down to Pensacola or wherever they want to go. And with a population of only 23,000 people, you can only have so much in the city, and since it's not a touristy city, you're not going to have the best nightlife, you're not going to have the most things to do. You're going to have everything you need, but if you're going to want to have really anything under the sun that you could possibly want to do, you can just drive down to one of the other cities like Pensacola. Now, number 3 is extreme weather. Now, the Panhandle doesn't really get hit by hurricanes all too often, and the ones that are actually super severe, that's pretty rare. You can see on this chart right now the probability, or whatever you want to call it, of hurricanes hitting different areas. Now, hurricanes like deep but warm water. Now, coming up into the Panhandle, you have the warm water, but it's also pretty shallow. So it likes to hit the south more and kind of peters out by the time it gets to the Panhandle. But extreme weather is something that you definitely want to take into consideration. But the good thing about hurricanes is you can get up to about a week or more or less, give or take, depending on the storm. Notice if you really need to evacuate, unlike a tornado where it could drop over your head in a second and wipe out an entire city in 5 minutes, like Joplin, Missouri. So just be aware that Pace is located in a tropical storm / hurricane prone area. But it's nothing some sandbags, hurricane shutters, hurricane grade windows, etc. can handle, but you're still pretty removed from it, so it's not going to be that big of a deal because, like I said, you still are 30 to 40 minute drive from the beach. Number 4 is limited healthcare facilities. Now, this is pretty important for my retiree crowd out there, or maybe you just get a lot of tummy aches. But there are some real world-class healthcare facilities along the coast and the more of the popular retiree areas, if that makes sense. But Pace does have limited healthcare facilities. If you need specialized medical care, you might need to travel to a nearby city, and this can be challenging for individuals with chronic health conditions. And the 5th con, it's kind of a pro, it's kind of a con, depending on how you look at it. In my opinion, it's kind of 50-50, and that would be the proximity to the beach, or lack thereof. So it's going to be about 30-40 minutes, depends on traffic, depends on where you're located, depends on how you get there, depends on what beach you're going to in the season, and a million different things. But roughly, let's just say 35 minutes from the beach. Now, why I say this is kind of split is because, hey, well, it's a 30-minute drive to the beach. That's no, driving 10 minutes down the road to your local public access. But at the same time, it is 30 minutes from the beach, so you're removed more from the touristy area, and you can kind of, play and do whatever you want and come back home to a more hometown, small town, normal kind of feeling, if that makes sense. So it depends on what you're looking for. For me personally, I see it as a pro and a con, and even split. You're removed from the tourism, but you're kind of farther from the beach. It's a trade-off, and it worked. Anyway, guys, this has been my list of pros and cons of living in good old Pace, Florida. In summary, it's a cheap, friendly, and welcoming place to live with limited job opportunities and not as much to do versus places like Pensacola. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in any of the surrounding beach towns, you can check out all of my videos on this channel, or simply reach out and we can either help you personally or connect you with the top agent in the neighborhood you are looking. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Get the free money with Weeble down below. Hit the like, subscribe, and post notification bell so you don't miss any videos regarding moving to your dream state.